The town of Barraba has a population of 1,400 people and lies 90 kilometres from the nearest city of Tamworth in northern New South Wales. Better known as an agricultural and mining town, Barraba is home to a number of rivers and national parks. When Barraba's lucrative asbestos mine closed in 1983, there was a mass exodus that left behind 117 acres of contaminated site and a struggling economy. Small country towns like Barraba were once thriving farming communities. But today they face existential threat as people move closer towards the cities. But one person has decided to do things a little differently. Andrew Sharp built the Playhouse Hotel almost 20 years ago. Complete with an old-fashioned theatre and silver screen, the Playhouse has since become Barraba's cultural centre. The decision to purchase an old derelict pub and turn it into a boutique hotel and theatre would change Barraba and Andrew forever.
It was the first hotel that was ever in Barraba. It was built in 1905, but on this very spot there was always a pub. When I came here, there was all the facilities were fluoros and lino and poker machines and smoking and beer.
But Andrew's career began on the stage, and for many years he never imagined himself doing anything other than acting.
I played the Artful Dodger in Oliver when I was 13 at the Theatre Royal in Sydney. All I ever wanted to do since the age of 4. I just had this ridiculous childhood dream of being in a West End musical comedy.
Andrew continued to pursue his passion for the stage, making a name for himself in Sydney and London.
He really hit the bottle when he got home. It was his nerves.
Appearing in popular TV series The Young Doctors.
You're right, man.
Oh, Dr. Beck, I was just daydreaming.
And the 1974 production of the Rocky Horror Show. Eventually, Andrew decided to trade in the bright lights of the theatre for the quiet town of Barraba.
I was more welcomed here than I was in a place like London. I don't care if I never go to the theatre again the rest of my life, but there's people here growing up who've never been to a live show. There wasn't even a cinema in the town. Everything's off the TV.
It's a Friday afternoon and the locals have gathered for a customary post-show afternoon tea.
I kicked him for a fork.
The Playhouse Hotel and Theatre has allowed Andrew to share his passion for the arts with the community he now calls home.
But certainly I like exploring life through theatre, film, ballet, opera, the lively arts. And so I wanted to share that with the people here.
I went over to his house to talk to him. Thank you.
For long-term residents like Andy, Andrew's impact on the town of Barraba has been undeniable, with the Playhouse bringing life back into the town through the arts.
And of course Andrew turned up and just added a whole different layers of dimension to the arts in the town. He's amazing at setting a stage or making a window display. It's dramatic, it's alive, it's theatrical, and that gets people excited. When you get that sort of level of perfection in a small town, so he immediately set to work putting on a melodrama. It's been a real asset to the town. Everybody loves Andrew. He's mad as a meat axe, but he got a really good heart.
You see, the community that exists in these small towns is rare in the world. I just felt like this was my home. And so one of the things I've learned is that there's two countries in Australia. There's the urban and there's the rural. And the values are quite different, and I think the values are stronger in the bush. Nowhere else would I have been able to run a place like this and make all the mistakes, every mistake in the bush, and be able to pick myself up and be forgiven by a very, very tolerant clientele.
It's very untidy, very messy, and so, yeah. Do you take sugar, Lawrence? No.
And the best thing that ever happened to me really was coming here.
Emilia Roux, Central News.